But before we start, I just want us to bring ourselves into the right place in our minds for what actually today and this whole season is about. It's not about getting pissed. It's not about going out, scrambling through the shops, trying to find the right gifts for the right people. And it's always the same thing, the thing they don't want. Some more perfume, some more socks, some more whatever it is, another spa trip they don't have time to go to. Something else, a cardigan for another 50 of the cardigans they already have, and you always give a receipt because you always know you're probably going to take it back. It's not that season. We have 3 work parties to go to, and by the 4th one, completely on the floor, within the first 2 minutes, tired or drunk, or just with stomach aches because you've eaten so much of this stuff. This is not the season for that. There's actually a bigger and greater message that is for all mankind. And that is that somebody was born, not an English person, not a person for the West, but for all mankind. And I'm going to read you a little bit about Kri's message from our book, for you to understand a little bit about who this man was and how he relates to all of us here and now. So a bit of a story now. Before Christ was killed, remember what killing is. Killing is murder, right? So we're talking about someone, we're celebrating someone's life and they ended up actually being murdered at some point. So that's quite significant. Before Christ was killed, this was on the cross, God offered Jesus 12 legions of angels, which is about 80,000 angels, to destroy those who were to slay him on the cross. And remember, they were murdering him because he was saying things like God is within you. And things that we say freely at Kri now, God is inside us. So I want you guys today, just to get an idea, to imagine that you were ripped away from your mother today for believing in the fact that you have a soul, a God within. And for saying that this God, this energy was where you came from, your father, as he is raw souls. You might be excused for being slightly annoyed, right? But upon being offered this power to destroy his persecutors, Christ later turned to God and said one thing. He said, "Forgive them, Lord, for they know not what they do." He said, "Forgive them because they don't know what they're doing." How many times can we do that? But he was hung, stabbed, and left to bleed slowly to death. And in this moment, the world, as we know it, changed. For in this moment, God awoke himself fully in this Jesus Christ figure that we're celebrating right now, after 3 days. And on that Easter day, he brought him back to life and set him on a mission to change the world. That's why you're having these parties, isn't it? The vengeance of God would not come by force, but by wisdom, by teaching, and by love. That's what we're celebrating, right? India was home to Jesus for most of his life. A little known fact, a well-hidden fact. His final resting spot is in a place called Kashmir. He studied, meditated, and lived amongst Hindus, Muslims, Buddhists, and Jains in the East. What he shared to the Middle East, and subsequently what he learned and shared to the Western world, is yet truly to be understood. It is an exceptionally deep and metaphysical teaching allied to the Vedic scriptures of the Himalayan regions. God blessed Christ and entrusted him with a mission to reunite Oriental and Occidental beings. Jesus showed faith in God, a dedication to love, and adherence to spiritual principles that took in a total disregard of his own needs and his own big fat ego. God saw in Jesus one that could carry the work out in the dark ages, and so unto this one he revealed himself and granted him the powers of the universe. This is why we get pissed. My message, well, this is true, right? I mean, you're all just, not you all, but so much of what's going on is so commercial and so alcohol driven and so money driven that we forget actually what the hell's going on. My message to the Kri family, friends and members is simple. God will come to you in greater or lesser degrees in accordance to your behavior in these areas. 1. how much love you give to others without expecting the same or any love back. How much forgiveness you show to others, recognizing how often God and others have to pardon and forgive you. 3, how much trust you have in God's plan for you and your life, and that when bad karma comes, you do not cry like a baby, but you see it as a chance to awaken the sleeping giant within you. Also, how much love and faith you have in God's love for you, and how much you build that relationship daily by yoga, meditation, and prayer. In these things lie the key to awakening the God within you. Christ's example was extraordinary and unique in this world to date. It was an exceptional moment in history that turned the clock of time and lifted mankind towards a higher age. I want you, as Kri friends of mine, to believe you have the potential and connection with your soul or God as Jesus did, and to push on towards the fulfillment of your life's goals with the force of truth and the wind of love in your sails. And for all those who do not believe in anything I say, or anything I've just written and read, that is okay. You just have a wonderful day and a wonderful life, and know that Kri and yoga always has its doors open for you. You don't have to believe in God for me to believe in you. I have something else to read to you. That just gives you a little bit of a taste of why this whole season is happening. This is a bit more personal now. It's something called Across the Bear. So we talk about this final moment in this man's life and how he had to carry this cross to his own crucifixion. It's like saying someone gives you a machine gun and says, right, carry this machine gun and walk 4 miles with it and then let me shoot you with it. So he's going to carry this cross along and then get nailed upon it and killed.